You gotta put in that work, dog.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Take it in at the 3.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A man from nearby Wichita, it's Breece Hall, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Now Wilson on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Everyone see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Open man here is Conklin.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy this caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he finds Corey Davis. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. Needed 13, they got 14 on 3rd down.
Hall on a give up the middle.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Second down and goal. Wilson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
On third and goal, Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. From the 6. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On first down, Mahomes. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Hands it off out of the gun. Tackled by Ashton Davis up from the secondary. The Chiefs at 500 hit 6-6. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He's got room at the 30, and he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Mahomes now on first down. Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11, first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now they try the right side here. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
Yeah, the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal. There's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Second and goal from the 1.
I know flashy plays, as people like to call them, that detracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gain. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And that is incomplete here.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football. Because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete.
And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 22, Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Juju Smith-Schuster. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Again, Wilson.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Try to lay one up deep. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Room here to run. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Fielded right around the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half,
oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On second down, a run with Hall. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Nick Bolton able to record his 5th sack of the season. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Wilson. And he'll find Hall. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. On third down, Wilson. That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. Corey Davis, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. Wilson going to throw for it. And that's going to be incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really out in the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space.
And now off to the races, down the right side, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A 93-yard kickoff return. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Play action. Now Wilson. Under pressure, they got him again.
Leo Chanel
in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both first and second down.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
He's going to look deep for more. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Wilson and Moore there for a Jets first.
Off the play fake. Wilson. And this one too low.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
On 2nd and 10. Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Leo Chanel
Picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Looking to throw is Mahomes. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this one is incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Jets are going to get the football back.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their own 42. Now it's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And that is caught. It's Davis. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And give him a gain of 37. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll try to run with Hall. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. His 12th rushing touchdown, his 16th overall. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. They'll look to throw. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On 2nd and very short, Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
That play was hard to see. One play goes wrong, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and very long when they had been in 2nd and inches.
Yeah, I know you like the idea of taking a shot on 2nd and inches, but you can't take a sack for that big of a loss.
That's the one thing you cannot do. They gave it up, and now they're way behind the chains. Good luck with this next play call.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over 1 minute to go in the game. Seventh play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw, Mahomes. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. A nice little juke. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I can help fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Chiefs, they move back over 500 at 7-6.